guys, welcome. Welcome. Hopefully, I think we're live. Sorry for the little delay. Sorry for a light delay, guys. Whole minute and change at the beginning. Let's make sure. Alright, cool. Alright, welcome guys. Happy Friday. We're going to have to get these wheels back up. I'm just going to go right into the wheels. A little bit of a lull going on here, guys. A little bit of a lull. That's alright. We are constantly evolving as creators. So, you know, this is part of the growth process. Maybe I don't know. We are constantly evolving. So I gotta get these names back up. Looks like I restarted my computer, so we don't have the names from yesterday. We're gonna have to do it again, looks like. But what I'll do is I'll find the live from yesterday. I'll go all the way to the end. Let me show you guys what I'm doing here. We gotta remake our wheels, unfortunately. It shouldn't take long. Schisms, Fiend Daisy Clay. Schisms, Fiend Daisy Clay, Battles, Wars, Robber Barons. Hoping for something fun. We'll see what the wheel comes up with. I have a feeling it's going to come up with something good. We get our other college football / basketball. Could just say college sports, but hockey, boxing, wild card, chat pick. I'll think of that as we get our other wheel. So yeah, if any what what else did we add here yesterday, guys? I could leave Olympic sports. I could leave a sport / old timer up. I know I ended up doing boxing last week, but it was there or week, so we'll do a different one. Basketball, maybe. Fiend Daisy Clay. Weird I. Weird E. We need. How many we got here? Need one more to go in there, guys. I'll think of that as we get our other. We got for the. I haven't. So one of our wheels is done. We just gotta get we gotta get a couple more wheels up. Goat play. Rivalry. Conspiracy. Rise celebration. Meltdown. Even been drinking more than the one pop. Super gray. Because the algos just flip. Come back. Yeah, it's okay. Alright, so we're gonna do rivalry. Go. And we got. I mean, hey, we can do more than it last week. Oh, we said, didn't we say? Go. Robber Baron. I just saw an ad. I don't know. Is that kind of different? For a little different. It's like somebody else steps in and rescue. That's fine. It's like a hair. I won't say the rescue. And for the second part, we'll put that up there for now. That's a good one. Deals / It's gonna be tough today, guys, but it's gonna be fun. It's Fun Friday. All right, I'm about ready to spin these wheels here. We're about ready to welcome Clark's Flower Shop. Happy Friday. Get this. Get our coffee scripted section out of the way. Today we will not need the coffee to energize us. That will be done by the imagination of the wheel. But it can't hurt. It can't hurt. So, happy Friday, guys. Alright, let's get started on the wheel here. Just got a text from one of my best friends encouraging me, so we're gonna keep at it. I'll really appreciate it. Yeah, maybe I don't need the coffee for the imagination energy, like the energize the imagination, but I need it to energize my I need to energize my spell checking ability, and I guess maybe the filtering that we're doing here. So. All right, guys, we got 3 wheels to spin. We're gonna come up with the idea live here, what we're gonna make. So, just get started here. We got our first wheel to spin. Just spinning it. Okay, good. This is a good one. This is a really good one for us because it allows a lot of different directions. This is where we need our filter to be energized here because we got a lot of different directions to go with Robber Barons. We could go more historical. We could go more modern, recent. So we could do a compilation of Robber Barons. We could tie a theme of Robber Barons together. Very popular theme, Eat the Rich today. A lot of class warfare, at least in ideas going on. So, Robber Barons is a good one. I'll put that in the chat. Yes. So, first wheel is Robber Barons. So, we've been hoping for Robber Barons in a way. This won't be our last Robber Baron short. But you guys can keep your Robber Barons in mind. So that was the first wheel. And then let's see the second wheel. All right. Comeback. Robber Baron comeback. Alright. So, I mean, we could think rags to riches. We could think, rags to riches. We could think somebody who, rags to riches, if there's one of those, like somebody who had something, then lost it, then came back. I'm kind of thinking off the rip, like Steve Jobs. I mean, he's not really a robber baron, but Steve Jobs come back to Apple. That just popped into my head. We could do like a nice little memory type reboot type of Steve Jobs leaving Apple, then coming back to Apple and building it. It's still the company that he built. They haven't come up with a new product. I mean, they have come up with new products, but nothing like when he was around. So that's my first instinct is the Steve Jobs comeback to Apple. If anybody has other, it'd be more positive, Steve Jobs is one of our guys. Apparently it was hard to work for, but he's got a lot of, if you just watch, if you watch his stuff, very smart, brilliant person, Very careful with his words. Like, he was one of those people, like, when he was asked a question, he would pause for several seconds when as he would think of his answer. So he was just a very thoughtful person. And it was Xerox. I mentioned that on stream a couple days ago. Like, good artist copy, great artist steal. We could maybe incorporate that into our short. Good artist copy, great artist steal. But it was Xerox that he stole from. Like, Xerox had like the UI interface or the graphical, it's like the graphical interface like that we see today. It's basically that computers as today. Steve Jobs helped set that up and stole the idea. All right, second wheel was what? Comeback? Just barely, almost rescue. First wheel, Robber Barons. Second wheel, comeback. So that's what I'm leaning towards. I mean, I'm heavily leaning towards that. If anybody has a better idea, it's just this is when it's hard. It's kind of as we evolve as creators, I'll be able to think of other ideas at the same time, But it's kind of easy to have your brain just lock in on one idea. So that's my idea. I'll try my best before this we lock in on that to think of other possible comebacks. I mean, there have been other CEOs that have come back to their companies, or I don't want to do a Donald Trump one, because he went broke and then made all his money back. Oversell? Oh, make it cyclical? Oh, I shouldn't have said oversell. I spoke too soon. Make it cyclical. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. We'll just have to keep that in the back of our minds. I guess we could say, maybe what we'll... No, I'm thinking what we're going to do. I mean, we could try to think of somebody who has a similar story, but maybe we could do something like they release, Well, I'm thinking about how like the iPhone is a cycle, you know. So it's like it's almost like Steve Jobs comes back every time they release the iPhone, you know, a new iPhone, the new version of the iPhone. That's my current thought process, you know. It's like we'll have to think of this to make it cyclical part. The oversell part was going to be easy. I'm thinking, yeah, for make it cyclical, we could like, I don't know, probably find like, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, guys. The make it cyclical is tough. I was all hyped for a robber baron comeback. How money is cyclical. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about like the iPhone idea? You know, like maybe we show Steve Jobs like releasing the first iPhone, and then maybe do like a compilation, or like not a compilation, but like a montage of like iPhone releases up to modern day, and then go back to the beginning. Find something where Steve Jobs gets back to Apple, leaves Apple. Just really all I got at the moment. We'll see how much we make it cyclical. We'll see how much we make it cyclical here. But definitely gonna go to YouTube and look for some Steve Jobs videos. Or maybe just even Google, like, what are his most famous speeches and quotes? 2005 commencement address. So he was gone from Apple for 12 years, from 1985 to 1997. I think I've seen a Steve Jobs comeback. Not, like, he definitely did an interview, slash, this is his closing statement. Here, I'll put this up on the screen for you guys. I think we should be allowed to use this. I don't think these shouldn't be copyrighted.
Lastly, I want to just talk a little about Apple and the brand and what it means, I think, to a lot of us. You know, I think you always had to be a little different to buy an Apple computer. When we shipped the Apple II, you had to think different about computers. I mean, computers were these things you saw in movies. They occupied giant rooms. They weren't these things you had on your desktop. You had to think differently.
We could make the whole great artist copy, or good artist copy, great artist steal being cyclical part of it. I mean, I literally mentioned that, how he stole that from Picasso. Let me look into that. Let me look into that, because let's see if my recollection of that quote is even correct. So here on Google, it's attributed to the saying "good artists copy, great artists steal" is attributed to Pablo Picasso and suggests that while a shallow imitation of another's work is a copy, a truly great artist takes an idea or technique and integrates it so thoroughly into their own style and vision that it becomes something new and transformative, creating it blah blah blah. Yeah. And it's funny how in the AI preview on Google they mention the iPhone. I swear it's because they know. They, being the AI, knows just as I know that Steve Jobs said this too. I'm serious. So he popularized it. Louise Morris here wrote an article about the same thing. Like, people have noticed this. Yeah, like it's a whole cyclical thing here. You see that? It's a whole cyclical thing. I mean, and I'm sure Stravinsky took it from somebody else. So I guess that's how we're gonna make it cyclical somehow. If I can find the quote of him saying it.
It comes down to trying to expose yourself to the best things that humans have done, and then try to bring those things in to what you're doing. I mean, Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal." And we have, always been shameless about stealing great ideas. And I think part of what made the Macintosh great was that the people working on it were musicians and poets and artists and zoologists and historians who also happen to be the best computer scientists in the world.
All right, well, at least we found that video. That was easy. Like, I've
Brought to you by Rogue.
Sorry. I have at least thought of that quote before. Thought of the relationship between Steve Jobs and Pablo Picasso. So that's definitely a cyclical type idea. And then Thanks, Clark's Flower Shop. It is very symbolic of what we're doing too, exactly. And who knows, we're constantly evolving, So who knows what's next? But thank you. I see the same connections. All right, what was I doing? Okay. All right. Oh no.
It comes down to trying to expose yourself to the best things that humans have done, and then try to.
And now here, this YouTube comments. I mean, this could be a whole rabbit. We could do this all day today, guys. The credit should be given to poet T.S. Eliot. Immature poets imitate, mature poets steal. Maybe bad poets deface. But then I go back all the way to, Ecclesiastes. There's nothing new under the sun. That's where it really goes back to. Who knows where it goes before that, but. Alright, so we got that. I don't know what other See what other Steve Jobs videos are popular, at least. I mean, that's the core message. We'll see if he. This looks like it was from the same interview.
After serious disagreements with Apple's CEO John Sculley, Steve left the company in 1985.
Tell us about your departure from Apple.
Oh, it was very painful. I'm not even sure I want to talk about it.
Yeah, I have these are decent ideas, but it is gonna be tricky to boil them down into a good, fun to watch video.
What can I say? I hired the wrong guy.
That was Sculley?
Yeah. And he destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for. Starting with me, but that wasn't the saddest part. I would have gladly left Apple if Apple would have turned out like I'd wanted it to. He basically got on a rocket ship that was about to leave the pad, and the rocket ship left the pad, and it kind of went to his head. He got confused and thought that he built the rocket ship. And then he kind of sort of changed the trajectory so that it was inevitably going to crash into the ground.
Well, it was always in the pre-Macintosh days and the early Macintosh days, it was always the Steve and John show. You two
Right.
were kind of joined at the hip for
That's
a while
right.
there. And then something happened to split you. What was that?
That's correct.
What was that
Well,
catalyst?
what happened was that the industry went into a recession in late.
I don't know. So yeah, we'll just maybe maybe we can look for famous images too. So our challenge today, to remind ourselves, was robber barons. I mean, it's kind of loose. We can look up the definition of robber baron. I don't know if Steve Jobs quite fits the definition of robber baron. He wasn't. He's more of a creator than robber baron, but kind of just using the term robber baron loosely here. As to mean like, I don't know, corporate leader. Which we'll take that creative liberty. That's fine. I think that's fine. Comeback. So we gotta incorporate the comeback somehow. I mean, I guess we didn't really. Let's think back to our last two Fun Fridays. Phil's WTF moment was hockey, golf, WTF moment, and undersell. We definitely hit all those. Last week we didn't really focus on the wheel all that much. Kind of did, but had to deal with a robber baron. It's true. Exactly. You're right. That's what he was just talking. Great point, Clarksfire. He was just talking about how basically got kicked out of his own company by robber barons, and like Sculley, the guy he's referring to, was like, I guess once Apple was, maturing as a company, they tried to bring in a established corporate executive. I think his name was John Sculley. I think he worked for like Pepsi in the past. I think he had been the CEO of Pepsi, or I forget which, but some major like consumer, massive company, but not Apple, which had just like, Apple had done something very innovative, or had always been doing innovative stuff, and then they brought in like a consumer packaged goods guy to run it, and they kicked Steve Jobs out for 12 years, but then they realized that they needed him back, and then in the time that he came back, they all the products that, the MacBook that I'm using now, the iPhone that's turned off right now to save my Wi-Fi, the iPod before that. I mean, who knows? I guess, the stuff they've come out with since his death are like, the AirPods, AirTags, like, they probably had those drawn up when he was still there, TBH. So, Apple became, I think Nvidia's bigger now. It's maybe not the biggest, maybe Microsoft's in terms of market cap, but, he did turn Apple into the biggest company in the world, basically. And the most respected, too. Like, everybody loves Apple compared to the other, other companies of other robber barons. Apple has a very good reputation. Because he would always say, like, you got to focus on... he was just full of good ideas, basically. He could recognize good ideas. Like, one of the things he always talked about was, like, focusing on the top line and not the bottom line. Like, in business, meaning, like, focus on revenue... but meaning, like, focus on products that people want versus trying to make a profit. That was his focus. That's our focus too, and it has been long before we started this stream, and maybe from the beginning, at least in the background. So yeah, this is, Steve Jobs apparently, I did not know Steve Jobs apparently was a tough guy to work for. But probably because he had really high standards, clearly, and you don't get to that level. You don't change the world in the ways that he did, I guess, without having high standards. So you might piss some people off. So that's what we're doing.
1984. Sales started seriously contracting. And John didn't know what to do. He had not a clue. And there was a leadership vacuum at the top of Apple. There were fairly strong general managers running the divisions. I was running the Macintosh division. Somebody else was running...
I could watch Steve Jobs quotes all day. I could watch his interviews all day. I just find him to be the way he answers anybody's question, he's very thoughtful in how he answers questions and how he speaks. How he spoke. Also founded Pixar. The guy did a lot of stuff. Okay, so but for now, what we're thinking about, we got to think of a vision for this short, like.
The Apple II division, etc. There were some problems with some of the divisions. There was a person.
All right, we just gotta find stuff that makes sense here, guys. I'm gonna just look at maybe the most watched. We don't want to use any of the
FlexJobs is the #1
maybe
job
we'll
site to
show
find
them
remote work
introducing the
from home and
Macintosh,
flexible
introducing
schedule
the
job.
iPhone. Those might be a couple. can you see this? They're doing what we were doing back in 1984. And I guess that's what the computer allowed everybody to do, you know? Kind of turned everybody into a artist who could copy / steal. But today, I guess that's the challenge. There's so much like copying going on, trends, you know? So a whole bunch of good artists out there, maybe. Yeah.
To me, Disney.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Like some of the video quality here, and also like what are we even showing, you know? He cared about quality, you know? Big time on quality. Alright guys, I gotta lock in here. We said, okay. We'll show him introducing the Mac. We'll show him introducing the iPhone. Maybe we'll show some... I don't know, guys. I don't know. Crazy. Crazy.
This is a day, a mobile device. But what we're rid of all these buttons and just make a giant screen. A giant screen. Now, put them away and you lose them. Yuck. Nobody wants.
Yeah, it's like, you know.
And you lose them.
He made the, you know, he was the chief, you know, he was the CEO. So he had, you know, Apple had, tens of thousands probably at the time of employees, and tons of great people working on ideas. But like in the end, I mean, and it probably wasn't just his decision alone, but he had the final call. It's like he, you know, all these other phones at the time had buttons. You know, he's like, no, but we don't want buttons. You know, a stylus, no stylus. You know. And we still use this. This was 18 years ago, you know, and it's still exactly the same. I mean, you know, they change. Yeah, the home button is not a button anymore. You know, it's more of a screen, like he said in the first place. You know, he even said, "Can you not see me?" What do you mean, Elena? What do you mean? Can you not see my face?
To have brought a few revolutionary user interfaces. The second was the click wheel, and now we're going to bring multi-touch to the market. And each of these revolutionary user interfaces.
Yeah, so this is, you know, he was big on user interfaces. Clear. I guess
we've been very lucky to have brought a few revolutionary.
I guess Apple brought the mouse. I didn't know that.
Interfaces to the market in our time. First was the mouse.
And the click wheel
has made possible a revolutionary.
The click wheel's gone. The iPods are gone, but because
revolutionary user interface. We're going to build on top of that with software. Now, software on mobile phones is like baby software. It's not so powerful. And today, we're going to show you a software breakthrough. Now, how do we do this? Well, we start with a strong foundation. Runs OS 10.
So, all right, so we got to... I don't know. I don't know, guys. I mean, got a lot of good ideas, but I don't know if any of them work for making a short video. No, they will. They will.
Step into Wix Studio, the platform for agencies
They
and
will.
enterprises.
I think they will.
Kick off projects.
Songs, videos, and more. I'm an artist right now. Well, how do I scroll through my list of artists? How do I do this? I just take my finger and I scroll.
You hear that? Like, for any Gen Zers in the chat, like, did you hear the oohs and ahs? It just scrolling.
Finger and I scroll. That's it.
I mean, you know, do you blame Steve Jobs for how, you know, connected onto the phones everybody's gotten? You know, can we blame this guy? Or did he just realize something that everybody would use, you know?
Isn't that cool? So,
Not him, obviously not him alone, but maybe I'll just do like maybe a quick cut to him introducing different products. Yeah, Elena, it's just like Flash. That I hear you, and I've wanted like that scene that you're talking about is a very good scene. We might have to make our own because it's like where the scene that you're talking about, Flash to everyone scrolling through shorts for hours. Is that even? Can we even capture? Is that captured? How is that captured? How can we capture that? I've thought about that before. You know, when was I trying to think about that? I was trying to think about that for another short I was trying to make. It was like, oh, it was a it was another split screen concept. Maybe I could, I don't know if we want to it was like, the split screen concept for that was like, there was like Joe Horn, we've been doing the touchdown celebrations. We've been doing the touchdown celebrations, you know, and back in like 2003, I think I've shown this on stream, like, one of the wide receivers had like a flip phone hidden beneath the goalpost, and when he scored, he like went and got the phone and like pretended to call a number and like put it up to his helmet. It was back in the day when, like, you know, cell phones were newish, so everybody like thought it was hilarious, and it was hilarious. And no, I mean, they don't do it. You know, they don't do that stuff anymore, really. But I don't know. I was thinking about like a short concept for that with like split screen with everybody else on their phone, and then it's like me like on the flip phone or whatever. Well, Apple's also allegedly working on a flip phone, by the way. Allegedly. That's not really on brand, but on theme, I mean. So I just need to settle down and come up with. All right, so we gotta have. All right, can you guys? I'm gonna put myself on screen for a couple minutes here while I go grab some. Because I think if I don't, then you'll just see like a full screen, a weird full screen thing. So I'm gonna just. Guys, this is tough. This is tough because this is just a little bit tough, but we'll figure it out. We'll see. Apple, we'll put out this video. Or we'll check this. Yeah, this is gonna be good. This is Apple made a... This is good. Apple made a video tributing, like celebrating Steve Jobs. Put it out 3 years ago. I guess he's been dead for 13 years now. Wow. Wow. And thing like, you know. So. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely taking inspiration from the wheel. It's just, at the same time, it's kind of hard to make a Steve Jobs edit. I mean, maybe not. I just gotta lock in. You're right, Elena. You're right. I mean, this was fully inspired by the wheel, for the most part. You know, it was fully inspired by the wheel. So we're getting this. Apple put out this celebrating Steve video. So that's gonna have. Alright, so we have, right, the two videos we have now are. That's gonna just have a lot of the good moments in there. It's great. It has him. A lot of pics, but.
Was Scully?
Yeah. And he destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
So we might use that quote. You know? Did you guys hear that? I know you might have been on my face, but that emphasizes the comeback part of it. This will not be our last Steve Jobs short either. / video. / subject matter. Inspiration. Alright, honest, let's go from here. We got Steve Jobs, I hired the wrong guy. We got Steve Jobs on good artists copy, great artists steal. That's the way we make it cyclical. And then we've got a video from Apple celebrating Steve that should have stuff in it that we can use for our video. So I guess it's a little late to think of any other robber barons. I've kind of locked in on this idea. 1 second. I got a cat that's got to come inside. So 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, thank you for your patience. Let's go. We'll get us into CapCut. We'll say Steve Jobs. We'll say Steve Jobs. comeback. Short. Okay, cool. All right, let me get. Okay, nice. Nice. How's every video and audio okay today, guys? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, maybe look for some. We'll try to make some highlight videos. Like, we'll post some videos of. Thanks, Elena. We'll post some videos of highlights from this week, either today / tomorrow. I'll go through this week's streams, clip those, and thank you, Clark's Flower Shop. Good to hear. Good to hear that our new process has been working decently. All right. So let's Okay, let me get these videos in the CapCut. You guys with me? Let's see. Are you guys on CapCut? Yeah, cool. All right.
It comes down to trying to expose yourself to the best things that humans have done, and then try to bring those things in to what you're doing. I mean, Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal." And we have, always been shameless about stealing great ideas.
Maybe we should be more shameless about stealing ideas. Like Elena, that pillow idea, maybe we should just straight up steal that. I love that pillow. We'll go through inspiration and stuff, but maybe we tried to be too original? I don't know. I don't think so. I think we do take good ideas from other people.
What you're doing. I mean, Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
We'll just cut that.
And we have, always been shameless about stealing great ideas. And I think part of what made the Macintosh great was that the
You're right,
people
Elena.
working on
That's
it
the key.
were musicians
That's the
and
key.
poets and artists and zoologists and historians who also happen to be the best computer scientists in the world.
Well, that's the thing about this. What the wheel does for us is it kind of makes it so we can't copy, Like, how can you copy something if you didn't even have an idea of what you're going to do ahead of time, Does that make sense? That's why I like the wheel. It's like we can't even take. I mean, you can bring the inspiration in, but you can't plan the inspiration. If that makes sense. It's not like premeditated. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Try to bring those things in to what you're doing, to the best things that humans have done, and then try to bring those things in to what you're doing. I mean, Picasso had Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
It's a little bit long for our dopamine. Yeah, I was gonna look at some dopamine research because, I was gonna start off today by going over some dopamine research because I do think it's good. We're some of our videos this week haven't done great. It's fine. We're live focused now. The shorts are really just ads, free advertisements for our channel. So it's not a big deal if the shorts don't do great. I mean, you guys are the best. Like trying, commenting, liking, watching the shorts so much. It's great, and it doesn't like we're just not gonna sweat it when we're not gonna sweat it. I saw like in my personal doom scroll something came up this morning. It was like, what did he say? It's like, you'll see me make mistakes, but you won't see me quit. You know? The thing about Steve Jobs and Apple is they didn't make many mistakes. At least when Steve Jobs was there.
I mean, Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
So we got to just figure out how to incorporate that.
I mean, Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal." I mean, Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
Okay, well, we'll figure out how we want to use that, but at least we have that cut. And then we have this one where he's saying, what's this one?
What can I say? I hired the wrong guy.
Is this the same interview?
What can I say?
It's fine. We'll figure it out. They might be from the same interview, but like completely different videos. You see this, but I'm not sure if it's the same interview. It kind of looks like it's the same. You see the background looks very similar, even though it's a different color. Yeah, it's the same interview, I think. I'm not totally sure, but we can put a filter on there or something. So what does he say here? This is the one where...
What can I say? I hired the wrong guy.
And he destroyed...
That was Scully?
Yeah. And he destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for. Starting with me, but that wasn't the saddest part. I would have gladly left Apple if Apple would have turned out like I'd wanted it to.
Does he mean that, guys? If he means that, that's intense.
And he destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for. Starting with me, but that wasn't the saddest part. I would have gladly left Apple if Apple would have turned out like he destroyed.
What do you think? Should we let Clark outside or keep him in? It's gonna be a little hot today, on the hotter side. I'm thinking about keeping him in. He just came back in. So he was, I don't know. What's the weather? Still pretty cool out there. Pretty nice today, guys. Pretty nice day. How's I mean, we're not even going to check on our videos anymore. Maybe. I mean, we'll go into the analytics when we're doing well, but ain't no need to dive in when we got 6 views in the last hour. Okay, I'm going to let him back outside. Alright. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Fun Friday. Came up with the wheel. Robber Barons. Damn, stinks we're going to be done with Robber Barons. Maybe I'll leave Robber Barons up. I'm going to leave Robber Barons on the wheel. It's kind of like similar content to what we've been doing, but a different type of avenue. So I like the Robber Barons. We're going to leave that up on the wheel. We're going to leave that up, I think. Maybe just add stuff to the wheel.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
And one thing we're going to do here today, guys, I think, is we're going to do, like, the CapCut caption. Like, we're going to do, like, this captions of what he said. Instead, like his words. Instead of, like, our, you know how we've been doing the on-screen captions of, like, describing the action, kind of. We're going to, like, just make it caption like his words. Did that make it more clear, hopefully? Alright, so that was so I like starting with this sets up the comeback.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
But I don't know if it gives us the vibe to the short that we want. So this is the celebrating Steve from Apple. Well, we gotta have that one. Maybe, Elena, what you remember that Blockbuster music I showed you? You know, that nostalgic short? Do you like that? Remember that music? Maybe we... Clark's Flower Shop. Let me show you this music I was thinking about. I don't know, we'll think about... Oh, it's not... We'll stay focused right now. We'll go to the music in a second. Let's just figure out what kind of arc we can have. Alright, guys. We're getting there. Kind of.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
I'm just trying to think of what, like, you know, dopamine concepts we can steal for this short, you know. We'll keep thinking about it. Just looking for, like, what... Maybe we have this in there. It's like, this is when I guess they they brought him back as interim CEO and then made him, like, when he first came back, he was the interim CEO and then he became the full-time CEO. I mean, if we're sticking with the comeback, if we want the comeback theme, not if we want the for the comeback theme, and we're gonna go through and figure out how this all makes sense together, but we're getting there, believe it or not. It is tricky. It is a little tricky.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
Alright, my cat is now back asking to be let inside. Dude. At a different door. Mark, come on. Come inside. It's too hot. It's too hot, mister. It's too hot. It's getting a little hot out there. Alright, so we have Robber Barons, we have Comeback, we have Make It Cyclical.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good.
Well, we are making it cyclical by having...
Destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for. That I'm going to drop the interim title.
Let's see. We're gonna. I have a song in mind. I'm not gonna play it on stream. Yesterday we did not get any copyright notices on our stream. So I might have not been as entertaining as usual, but what are you guys saying? Good idea. Like it. It's hard for me to keep up. But yeah, so yesterday was a big success with no copyright notices on our stream. Today, we're hoping for the same success. I mean, long term, we're going to be live focused. We'll start next week. Next week we'll start having call-ins. If people call in, I mean, we'll have the phone number up next week, and then we will maybe announce details of our upcoming Sunday streaming schedule. We'll see. The Blockbuster nostalgia music. Okay, thank you, Elena. I was just looking for different music. So let me... Good thing you're here. Great thing you're here. Alright, we don't need our wheel of names anymore. That was a good wheel. Good wheel today, guys. I don't know if you can hear my cat, Clark. He's quite... I don't know. He's not upset. He doesn't know if he wants to be outside or not. Yeah, that's another thing about Steve Jobs. Like, he was... When he came back to Apple, this is, I guess, he got a he got Microsoft to invest in Apple, which like because he was friends with Bill Gates, and Apple was like in really tough financial shape at the time, so they needed the money. So he got Microsoft to invest in him, and that investment for Microsoft turned out to be, well, definitely worth it, I'm sure. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna look for that blockbuster music, Elena. Because I thought let me find our shorts inspo. Aquatic ambience slowed and reverbed. Heck yeah. We love the slowed and reverbed. Clearly. That's a major theme of our channel. Is slowed reverb for music. We think it's because it slows down the dopamine releases. It like gives a calm bed for your dopamine to spike on, if that makes any sense, Like if your dopamine, in the past we've thought about like making shorts that are like too dopamine intense, and it's like that just causes like paralysis, so we don't want that. But like this slow reverb music causes, helps with engagement. Cyclical money cycle factor. Maybe for our next one. I don't know if money's gonna enter into this short. We'll see.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
Like with that quote, that's a hard-hitting quote. I almost think that the blockbuster music is too soft for that quote.
He destroyed everything
using the word destroyed is like that's a like to then be having the nostalgia music over it. That's I had that thought, Elena, with the blockbuster music, but I don't think we're gonna use it. But we will have it just in case. But I don't think we're gonna use it. Like that's a pretty maybe we'll try it out. I'll try it out. It's just that's how I've been getting copyright claims. It's not claims, like they're still letting me put it out there. It's just I don't know. Long term, I mean, maybe we'll play it today. It's probably fine. It's almost certainly fine. Like they're not gonna strike us. They can see it's transformative. It's just I don't know. Maybe down the road, I can't be having all these copyright things on my channel. And okay, we really gotta focus. This is one thing. I was, we can thinking about why some of our more recent videos haven't done as great. It's probably because we're not focusing on, like, the first 3 seconds are big. We got to have like a hit first 3 seconds. And that's something we've learned in the past and, you know, focused on, and then forget, you know, it's like we're making great videos, but like in this era of the doom scroll, it's like you don't got a clean, engaging, you know, hook in the first 3 seconds. That's what makes the videos perform like ours have been doing recently, which is fine. I mean, we're you know what I say. You'll see me make mistakes, you know, but you know we're still here making a Steve Jobs short on Fun Friday. But we got to think about how we make this first 3 seconds hit visually. Maybe we split. I don't know.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
I mean, it's a hard-hitting quote, but how do we make that? Maybe we'll do it. Something I haven't been doing, which I should probably go back to doing, is like having the first clip either fade in or like dissolve in or some type of animation on the first clip. You know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't been doing that. Like even.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
I mean, it's a pretty hard-hitting quote, but is it visually grabbing? No.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
So we got to think about how we can work on that. If that's even how we... I mean, flip it, guys. We might get it. It's Friday. I might just play the music here. Maybe the aquatic ambience is allowed. I don't know. We're getting there. I mean, it's not even 11. We're getting there.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
I'm going to drop the interim title.
Come on, you see Apple working the Ken Burns effect in their video. You see how they have these still images, but they zoom in.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
Not even good. Not good for us, guys. That might be better.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
that I'm going to drop the interim title.
You guys, yeah. I mean, am I missing anything, guys? Anything you see me overlooking here?
And you can change it. What a computer is to me. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And you.
I like that.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
It's too long. It's a little long, but we'll see if it goes in there. Dude, Clark, you're fine, man. It's gonna be a long Steve Jobs short, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
I'm going to drop the interim title. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Maybe we leave this. Maybe we leave the saying the destruction thing out of there. I mean, we're gonna have to have a. Maybe we leave with this one. I don't know.
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
Then we go to steal some of Apple's footage.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other.
I would. Maybe you gotta go get CapCut Pro. They got the freaking music in there.
Other people can use.
I don't know. Whatever. I don't know if we can use that.
And I think the people that.
Yeah, that's cool. Like when he pulled like the iPod or something out of his pocket.
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
I guess that's why, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, a lot of these videos have, like, they're split screens. I never even thought about this until now. It's like a lot of video, I don't know if you've seen it in the doom scroll, but I have. Like, a lot of these videos have, like, they're split screens, and on one of the screens is, like, the subject matter, kind of like what we're doing, you know, like, with audio and all that stuff. And then on the second split screen, it's, like, you know, a video game of some, like, motorcycle game or some anything, you know, like some type of movement game, you know. I think I'm just realizing now they do that for just the dopamine, you know. They do that to lock your attention. It has nothing to do with has nothing to do with the subject matter and content. They're just doing that for your attention. So maybe we should do something similar. I mean, we got it. This is not.
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
Let's see let's look on you, like, what are ways we can get Cindy is scared of Corky. Does she hear him? He's... Oh. Clark. Clark, come on. He's realized his, true purpose is to, come on, be on camera. All right, settle down. So let's take this time to... You're okay. All right. Let's take this time to... So you like moving that quote from last to first, right, Elena? I think that's what she said.
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
We can... looking for some kind of animation. I think it's called like CRT bands or something. The one I'm looking for. Don't see it though.
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said...
Is that enough?
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy.
Kind of like that.
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
I think it makes...
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. Artists steal. Artists steal. Artists steal.
I don't like that.
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. Copy, great artists steal. I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
Is that too much? You guys see that? Are you in CapCut? We're trying to make this visually entertaining here.
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists I mean, Picasso had a...
Cool, we've never done this before. I like this. I've never used the CapCut function.
I mean, Picasso had a. I mean, Picasso. I mean, Picasso. Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
What the flip, guys? Never done these captions before, so.
Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy."
How do we get that to? All right. Well, I've never done this.
Good artists copy. Good artists copy. Picasso had a saying. He said, Picasso had a saying. He said,
I'm gonna have to freaking work on this a little bit here, guys. But there's no like freaking timing. So.
Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists." Picasso had a saying. He said. Picasso had a saying. He said.
How do we like the captions, guys? We've never done this before, but I think this is what this is something we've been meaning to steal, ironically. All right, I need to take a quick break, but I'm going to be right back. We're going to finish this short soon. It's going up today. Let me know in the chat if you like these captions. We're going to try to get them on point, and it's definitely, I mean, it adds something visual, you know? And it's like, it's a technique that we haven't used that we're stealing. But we got to make it our own. How do we make it our own? Maybe we put it in an Apple text box. I don't know. That was just an idea that, like, or, you know, text bubble. All right, guys. Thank you for your patience. We're getting there.
Picasso had a saying. Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy." Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good art." Picasso had a saying. He said. Picasso had a saying. He said, good art. Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists." Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal." Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
How do we like that, guys?
Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
Is that too much? Is that too... How do we like that transition? Is that too much? I feel like we need a transition. Let's see what it looks like without a transition.
Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to hit harder with the transition. No doubt.
Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
Elena / Clark's Flower Shop. You guys want to... I guess it's just Elena here now. Could be Clark's, but if you want to look up either Memory Reboot Slowed or Aquatic Ambience, those are the two I'm thinking. If you want to play that off stream, Aquatic Ambience or Memory Reboot Slowed. Those are the two songs we're thinking of. So if you want to view, there's some Happy Fun for B-Wall. Are you the only one here? Is there more than one person here? Welcome, B-Wall. Welcome, dude. We got a fun Friday. Welcome. Yeah. So B-Wall, Elena, you're here, Obs. Yeah, it's just, I guess, okay, so did we already spin? So Elena and B-Wall, if you guys want to look up on your own the songs we're thinking of, yeah, so B-Wall, you can, if the chat, number one, we'll do 11 o'clock. This is our 11 o'clock recap. We spun the wheel. Yeah, okay, well, here's our 11:15 recap. First one of the day. We spun the wheel. We came up with Robber Barons was the first one. Comeback was the second one. And Make It Cyclical was the third. Okay, so Robber Barons, Comeback, Make It Cyclical. So my mind went to Steve Jobs' comeback to Apple. Okay, you're so linear, bro. You make it cyclical, yuck. No, we like the cyclical. So it almost tied in perfectly because this is easy. It's like the concept today was easy. It's more about making the video part of it that's hard, like, because it's not like they're not like attention grabbing clips. But the reason why we say make it cyclical, we mentioned this on stream before. Good artists copy great artists, yeah, but they know who Steve Jobs is. They know, and Steve Jobs isn't even really a robber baron. We're being loose. So good artists copy, great artists steal. I came across that quote through watching Steve Jobs interviews. I mean, I like watching Steve. I talked about this earlier, B-Wall. Steve Jobs is definitely one of our guys. Very, very brilliant person. Just like one of the top, most brilliant people of, recent times, in my opinion. but came across. I like listening to what he has to say. But yeah, exactly. So he says, "Good artists copy, great artists steal." But he's taking that quote. He's quoting Picasso, in saying that, and Picasso is likely quoting some other artists, many other artists. And we say it goes all the way back to. We'll look up what verse in Ecclesiastes it is. There is nothing new under the sun. Let's look up that. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There's nothing new under the sun. I think that's the root of this quote, if that makes sense. So that's how we're making it cyclical, by leading off with good artists copy, great artists steal. That's our homage to making it cyclical, because that clip, the clip is Steve Jobs on Picasso, and you can just you can go deeper into the levels, and it's very relevant to what we're doing. I mean, we're stealing, from earth, from ash to ash, from dust to dust, exactly. So that's the whole. I mean, this is a very deep philosophical short. Might be one of our deeper ones. Might be one of our deeper shorts, but let's try to make it like 21st century, like a Gen Z made it.
Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
So I'm looking right now for. I think I used a fade up before.
Copy, great artists steal.
Which that kind of looks. That almost looks nice with.
Great artists steal.
But let's see. Is there any other like TV? Maybe CRT. I said that. CRT. Whoosh.
Artists steal. Great artists steal.
That's not even there. I don't even see that one. Red envelope? So guys, what I'm looking for here is just, I guess we'll just go with that one we have. I mean, pull in.
Steal.
Oh, it looks terrible. I kind of liked this one. All right, you guys, can you see the? Okay, you should be able to see the preview. Let's go to.
Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal." Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
Is that the right? Can we choose a different font? Yeah, hell yeah. Heck yeah. Excuse me. What's an Apple font? What fonts does Apple use? San Francisco? It's proprietary. Fonts like San Francisco. Montserrat. Montserrat, that's one of our go-to fonts. Montserrat.
Picasso had a saying.
It's got to be bigger. Is there a shadow on there? Nope. Not available? I guess there's already a shadow.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
Cool, it automatically...
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
So then we hit him with hard with some memory reboot. Or Elena's saying she likes aquatic ambience. I don't know if we... This is, I guess, symbolizing the combat.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
I think we're going to end it on that quote. You know what I'm saying? That makes the short cyclical. We're going to get rid of this interim CEO. I mean, the comeback is part of it, you know? The comeback is what got us to this. You know, we would have never done Steve Jobs if it didn't have comeback. So that's why we got to Steve Jobs. We're not going to focus on necessarily like that one frame of him being, make sure the full grate is visible. What do you mean? Caption below his mouth? I don't know, Elena. That's what your instincts would tell you. But it seems like look at all the...
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy.
Maybe we can move it. We'll move it center screen, maybe just below his mouth.
Picasso had a saying, he said...
No, it's just like, it's got to be closer to his mouth. That's my instinct.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
A chance, if we stay focused and choose wisely, to really continue to impact
Trying to make an arc here, guys. That's the idea. Gotta put on my wizard hat here, guys. Put on my wizard hat. Maybe just split these. Maybe just split these. It's cut anyway.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
Are we stealing enough here?
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
You liked it better where it was originally? What do you mean? Where what was originally? What, the captions? Yeah, that's why it's like that's what people do these days, Elena. They just put the caption straight up on the mouth. You know, I get your instincts are to, you know, but it's just like that's where the words are coming from, you know.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
I mean,
and you can change it.
And here what he's saying at the end is,
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
insanely great. That's actually cool. Because we're saying great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And you can change it. 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 You can influence. And you can change it. 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 You can influence it.
You can influence it.
And
you know, if this gets one, you know, if this, maybe the next Steve Jobs will watch this short. That'd be sick.
And you can change it. You can influence it.
Is it you can influence or you can influence it?
You can influence it. You can build. Influence it. You can build. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your. Build your own things that other people. Can build your own things that other people can use.
It's gonna be sick, guys. It's our first. If at least we're doing new things here, you know. No, it's not intentional, and it's just the clip is too long. I mean, I can, you know, or, like, we can't have long clip. It's already a 5-second clip. Maybe we can. It's not about like that. Like these little Easter eggs is like. Because we want to see his face. Like we don't need to see insanely great. Like the brain will finish that it says insanely great, you know what I'm saying? It's fine. What transition do we have there? I think it's fine, Elena. I hear what you're saying, but
Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
I don't know. I like it.
Build your own things that other people can use.
That's not gonna work.
People can use. People can use. You can build your own things that other people. Other people can use.
Why is it so flippin' slow? I guess he really says that fast.
Things that other people can use.
I guess he says that fast. I'm gonna have to figure.
Other people can use.
What, CapCut?
You can build your own things that other people can use.
How? How the flip? How are we gonna do that, guys? Maybe we... Did we...
Build your own things that other people can use.
Why did they do that?
your own things that other people can use.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Did I spell other? I don't know how to mess with this.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
Stop.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
Alright, guys. Haven't had a copyright claim yet on stream, I'm thinking. I don't know if we just say flip it and go for the show you guys my audio, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I put headphones on and listen. Let's see if that works. Let's see. I'm not trying to get any sorry guys, this is not the. Let's see if we can do this. Sans copyright claims.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy.
Can you still hear that? I don't think you can.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
No, you can't hear that. Alright, that's good. That's good. So now I'm going to see what it sounds like.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Oh, shoot, guys. Shoot. Because the beginning of that song is so good. The aquatic ambience. I don't know if it fits with the final quote, though.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can build your.
Alright, we might update. We might have to remember how I said I took that last quote. Oh no, you can hear the music? Just trying to not have you hear the music. Whatever.
Your own things that.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
Anyway, I gotta find, what does he say here?
Change it. You can influence it. You can.
I gotta find that interview without Apple. Steve Jobs. You can change it. You can influence it. So, here. Sorry, it's good. We found the video. I found the video without.
The thing I would say is,
Oh, let's Terrible.
When
Terrible.
you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and you're one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it. That's maybe the most important thing, is to shake off this erroneous notion that life is there and you're just going to live in it, versus embrace it, change it, improve it.
I mean, it's just like, not the standard CEO of a trillion, I wasn't a $1 trillion company while he was alive. It's now a $1 trillion company, but just really, Steve Jobs also like tripped acid in India and stuff like that. I mean, went to see the gurus. Like he really had a broad perspective. Clearly. All right, but we got that video at least without. People always be telling me the way the world is. Exactly, Elena. This is a good quote from Steve Jobs. It's one of my favorite. That's why I really recommend to people if he has a lot of them. He's very and it comes from just being such a thoughtful person. Like he was a very thoughtful person. Very interesting background. I haven't read his documentary or his biography, but maybe should. But yeah, exactly. Like he's, people tell he's a very good counterpoint if somebody's like, well, that's how it is. That's how the world is. So that's it. He's talking about the world. And that's also another cyclical thing. So anyway, we can get rid of that. Get rid of that one. And then put in the one we just got, because it doesn't have Apple's music in the background. So it should be less jarring. But it does have that frickin' flippin' buzz.
And you're to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world. Try not to bash into the walls too much. Try to have a nice family life. Have fun. Save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. And you can...
All right.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Yeah, it's like you don't even realize, like you didn't even have the full context of the quote before. It's like even deeper than you realize,
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
It's just so unfortunate there's that static in the background. I can lower it maybe.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
How does it sound with the music?
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
That might sound alright. Sorry for the...
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Why does it cut off other? Jeez. You see that? That other...
Things that other people can...
Why does it cut off other? I have it... You can't see, but it's typed other in the... You see that? I have it other, but it's cutting off. It's just saying of. This is something we'll have to mess with.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy.
Did that move? What the heck?
Picasso had a...
Oh, dude.
Change it.
Are they in the same place no matter what? Like, what?
Picasso had...
Oh, maybe because I...
had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
You can change it.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
I have no idea why it cuts off other.
You can build your own things that other people can use. You can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can.
What the heck, guys? I don't get it. Don't quite get that. I mean,
people can use. Build your own things that other people can use.
That other.
Build your own things that other people can.
What if I say, what's another 5-letter word? Fourth.
Things that other people can use.
Why? So fourth was on there. But other is not? Maybe it's because CapCut... Why? Doesn't make any sense.
Things that other people can.
What the flip?
Own things that other people can use.
It's just something about the word other. Like, I have bother typed right now. It's got Bothry. But if I change that to other, it cuts off the R. That's infuriating. Bother? It cuts off the R on bother too, Elena.
Your own things that other people can.
What the heck? Sorry. We'll You see that? It says boff instead of bother. It's okay. This is just a little hiccup. Minor hiccup. No, I like the Montserrat font. I mean, shoot. You can try a different font. It's just system. No, same thing, Elena. Same thing. It just cuts off the frickin' R. And I have no idea why. You see that? Like, what the flip? But if I say softer,
things that other people.
Softer is okay. But if we say other, interesting. Well, I mean, maybe it's... I mean, CapCut, this is interesting. I did not know this, but CapCut is owned by the same company, ByteDance, that owns TikTok. So it's a Chinese company. Maybe it's something with the R's going on. But it's just... I could add an R or something. I mean, it's just... Whatever, we'll see. I don't think it's going to nuke the short or not.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. Picasso had a Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists... Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
I'm just going to say that people can use. We'll leave out the other. If anybody...
Build your own things that other people can use.
It's flippin' infuriating.
Things that other people can use.
Picasso had a saying, he said...
Is it better to leave out other than to misspell other? No, Elena, but like if when I did that, the captions were all flipped. All right, give me a second.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. Build your own things that other people can use.
You see that? For some reason... Look, this is a brand new... Maybe it has something to do with the. It thinks... Oh, the... You see that? Like, I'm writing this caption live now. And whenever I type the R... Whenever I type the R, it starts a new flippin' line.
Your own things. Build your own thing. Build your own things that build your own things that other build your own things that other people.
It's just like this is hard.
Can build your own things that other people can.
Does he say it too fast? Is that the problem? That other.
That other people can.
You see, it doesn't even have, like, it's just something about the word, I think. It, like, automatically splits the word.
Use.
You see, when I type other
people can use.
It just shows O. CapCut. Have we discovered a flaw here in CapCut? Seems like it. So I'm probably just going to leave out the word other. I think that makes the most sense. I mean, he says it fast enough. Or we leave it with the misspell and we just, like, maybe put an R in there. I don't know, we'll see. Just flash an R for a hot second. We'll let CapCut know. We'll send CapCut this stream and let them know. Cause that's a bug, clearly. I mean, I'm not a computer science guy, but that's something's going on there. It seems. Okay.
Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great."
Are there any like Mac? Maybe 1980s. We'll put 1980s on there. Princeton.
Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Picasso had a saying. He said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal."
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. Build your own things that other people can use. Your own things that other people can.
They just like. I need to have like a. I'll just put a little white R there just for a hot second. Guys. This is problem solved. I mean, hey, if maybe somebody would do it differently. Got any ideas? Let me know. Like literally the minimum amount of time.
People.
You see this problem solving here? We're gonna put an R in Montserrat. Something up with this. That's 17. Oh, I think it's funny. That's pretty good. That looks... Chat? Take that, Chinese communist government trying to flip us. How does that look? Oh no, what did I just do, guys? Oh no, it's okay. I gotta... whew. We're getting there.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Oh, like flashes. Oh man. Ah, shoot. It's alright. This was not the challenge that I thought we would be facing today, guys. You see what we're doing here, guys? What the? You guys see what we're doing?
You can build your own things that other people can use.
Oh, shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot. It's okay. It's okay. It's funny. It's honestly funny.
Own things that other people can use. And build your own things that other people...
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can...
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your... things that other people...
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can...
What do we think here, guys? Is this the best way to go about this little flippage here? I mean, it's only like a half second. I can't believe they can't spell the word other. We can't, we'll see if that problem comes up again. You see these? The shadow on the captions is better though, or it's like, $94.12.9 minus 50. 94.12.9 minus 50. Still looks different. What else we got in here? Blend, opacity, 100%. Okay. Stroke, shadow. It should be the same. It's close enough. It doesn't quite look exactly the same, but it's close.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Perfect. All right, guys. I think we'll call that a success.
He destroyed everything I'd spent 10 years working for.
My bad.
The thing I would say is,
all right, you're right. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. We're thinking aquatic ambience. Chat. Let's see if I plug this in. Can you guys hear anything?
and you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
I mean, it's gonna be good, guys. I like it.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
What animation did I use here? I don't even remember here, guys. How do I tell which animation it is? Retro fade in. See if there's a retro fade out.
People can use.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
and you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
There's just some noise in this clip. I wish I knew a way. Like, there's some static in that last clip. What do we think here, guys? What do you think, Elena? I'm thinking of declaring victory, posting it later today. Once, if I can, what I want to work on is figuring out if I can remove the static. Remove the static from that. Know what I'm saying? It's got a bunch of static. Anyway, what we'll do before we go, what we'll do is we'll lock everything. Make our blurred background. Make our blurred background. What the flip? What? Am I out? They signed me out of CapCut? They signed me out? I guess. We're getting CapCut Pro. We might get CapCut Pro, Elena. How did they sign me out? I don't understand. I don't even remember. Here, let me get you guys off CapCut while I try to sign back in. I don't want. It might be like $10 a month, Elena. I mean, we might go back and get it. I did have it. But we just didn't end up using many of the features, you know? But that would be one of the features we would use, would be like separating audio, you know, or like reducing noise. But maybe we can figure out a way to do that without... What the heck happened here? Alright, back in. I don't know why they signed me out. Maybe I was never signed in. Who knows? Who knows? Up this blur. Get nice and blurred. Get these nice and big. You guys on CapCut? Maybe not. My bad. My Beezus.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Might have to make it a little longer here. I don't know. Just for the sake of the captions? I don't know.
You can build your own things that other people can use. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
Why does it go back to the...
Your own things that other people can use.
I don't know. We're gonna have to mess around with that one. That one caption's just really giving me a whole lot of issues. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll just leave out other. Good call, Clark's Flower Shop. That was one of our thoughts. It's just annoying. Although
things that other people.
So annoying.
You can build your own things that other people can use.
Why does it repeat?
You can build your own things that other people can use. Build your own thing.
All right, well, I'm gonna do some looking into the captions. You guys will do one quick play. One quick playthrough, and then we'll call it a day. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Yeah, I agree, Clark's Flower Shop. I agree completely. That was one of our that one caption's giving us problems. That's probably what we're gonna do after we end this stream, but we're gonna declare victory on this short. I'll give you guys a playthrough one last time.
Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists...
We'll do it without...
had a saying, he said, good artists copy. Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
And then it's going to have that cool music in there. Hey, it might be too late. We might be already got copyrighted, but...
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things.
We'll see if I can get that.
And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
They're not going to hear it as much. We'll figure it out. But thanks so much for joining today, guys. It was a big success. We made our third now Fun Friday wheel. Wow. This one might be our best yet. I think it is. So thank you everybody who joined today. Who knows? Maybe we'll hop on stream later. Maybe it'll be a surprise. We'll see. I don't know. But I think we're gonna call it here for now. We spun the wheel. We came out with robber barons, come back, make it cyclical. And with those cues, we thought up Steve Jobs, come back to Apple, with the cyclical type quote, good artists copy, great artists steal. That's something that'll never change, you know? And hey, maybe we're inspiring the next Steve Jobs. That would be a great, that would be a great outcome for this short. And very cool. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining. Look for this short later today. Will be posted today. We'll see. We haven't planned next week yet, but we'll be back here on Monday, 9:30-ish, sharp. And I hope everybody has a good weekend. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much for all your help this week. Thank you for tuning in. All the support, likes, subscriptions, comments, posts, word of mouth spreading. Thank you so much, guys. We'll talk soon. Everybody have a good weekend. Peace.